Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh, good conversations with good people. Yeah,
Welcome back to another dope episode of Chillin' and Vibing Podcast where real energy meets real story. Today, man, we got a brother who ain't just singing, man. He roaring from the soul, a true performer, a visionary and creator of the battle cry music, all the way from Florida. Now repping out in LA with Rock Nation. This man sounds hits like storm, but heals like sunshine. Man, we got Josh Moreland in the building, man. What's happening with you, man?
Hey, you already know, chilling and vibing with the podcast. You already know what it is, man.
Hey, man, we appreciate you coming, man.
Yes, sir. All day, man. Hey, it's a blessing to be here with y'all, man. Thank y'all. Two kings just rocking out. It's a blessing to be.
Hey, yeah, man, for sure, man. Battle Cry Music, like that's a powerful label, man. Like break it down, like what does it mean to you, and what do you want the world to feel when they hear it?
Well, battle cry music. If you had to classify it as a genre, that would be pop rock soul with a cinematic edge to it. It's like the roaring of your soul. So my goal is always to remind people of their not only their human nature but their spiritual nature, realizing that they're more powerful than just the human body or the skin that we reside in. So that's the message is to always recognize that and walk in that authority.
Respect, respect.
Hey Josh, at what age did you realize you had a passion for music?
Man, usually it starts in church, but the thing is, I was into sports most of my life, but I would say around age 9 is when I discovered it. But I mean, it's been around my entire life because my dad he played in a band when I was a kid. My mom, she was like the praise and worship leader at church. So you already know it was around me the whole time. My brother played the drums. So I just kind of just fell into it, man. I would be around the house singing and just over singing to the radio, everything, man. It was crazy. So it was always a part of my life in some capacity.
Respect, respect. Man, you rock stages with Jason Derulo, Stevie Wonder, and etc. Man, like how did those chapters shape your sound and your spirit?
Well, I would say this. I honor what everyone does. I think we all have our own unique fingerprint on this planet. If we decide to recognize that, being with Stevie Wonder, being with Jason Derulo, I took little pieces that I could hold on to and then twist it in my own way. To make it better as a live performer. Um, I hope I'm answering the question because I literally all I could think was Stevie and Jason, but I love being on stage with them. I love performing and opening up for them. It was such a blessing to be a part of those tours and shows and things like that.
I want to take you back, man. Do you remember your first song that you performed?
Oh my God, I remember it like it was yesterday. Honestly, it was a song called uh it was called Beautiful Lady. That's what it was called. Yeah, Beautiful Lady. And I remember it being my dad's favorite song that I would sing around the house when I was first learning how to write. Um, and all I can say is, man, is that he won't stop bothering me about that song still to this day. So I guess it was a good song. So yeah, Beautiful Lady. Yeah, I was, I'm a ladies man, so I was always trying to figure out how to talk to him.
That was up. That was up. Man, from Florida to Rock Nation, how did that path unfold? And was there a moment you knew that this was your calling?
Yeah, well, that path was a long journey. I mean, a lot of ups and downs. I at one point I lived in New York for a little bit. I lived there for 6 months. That was crazy. I got snowed into my brownstone and I moved back to Florida. Then I decided a few years later to move out to LA. I was like, man, I had did so much in Florida already, like performing and opening up for people and just grinding. I mean, making my own open mic tour. Like it was a lot of grinding. This was not like an overnight situation. Like I literally uh literally just like was trying to figure it out. And when I got here to LA, what happened was I aligned myself with certain people that like I always like to align with people who have vision. If they don't got vision, we can't even be friends. So I align with people with vision, like my boy Wallace, who's over at Warner Chapel now. My good friend uh, uh, Dylan, he who works with John Wick, the John Wick movies. Like their mindsets is people that I attach myself to. And then in my own silence, in my own solitude, I would speak with God and be like, okay, God, where do you want me to go? So what happened was my good friend Coco Sarai, who also works with Dr. Dre, she was like, yo, bro, like they have this Web3 event happening over in at Paramount Studios. I think you should pull up. I'm like, all right, cool. I pulled up. It was like a Web3 event of where you like kind of share your music and kind of like get into that world of where they are doing like NFTs and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll just pull up. I don't really know much about it. There was a lady, I think her name was Whitney. She was like, yo, bro, I love what you just played us, because she was like one of the head people over the event. She was like, can I invite you out to crypto.com arena to go watch a Evanescence and Muse concert with us? We have a company called Dancing Seahorse that we introduce artists to executives that we think are worthy of communicating. So what happened was long story short, um, after playing my music that evening at Paramount, 2 weeks later, I met at Crypto.com Arena, where I ended up performing a few times. Thank God, that was a blessing. Um, I met my rep. Her name was Destiny, that's kind of crazy that her name was Destiny, because I'm like, yo, this is like things are just lining up. So
Right. It's
basically,
destined to happen.
it's destined to happen. So Destiny, I got introduced to her by a young lady who formed all of this company called Dancing Seahorse, and I was just like, uh, I would love to meet her. And Destiny came up to me. She had that New York energy, like, yo, bruh, like I'm gonna tell you straight. If that junk is whack, if your music is whack, I'm gonna tell you straight. I'm like, all right, cool. And I already had lived in New York, so I understood the mentality. I understood the hard nature. I'm like, all right, cool. So I was like, nah. I said, I know what God put inside of me. I'm not worried about if you like it or not. I don't really need uh, uh, approval or a cosign. All I know is that God has me on mission, and I'm gonna get where I'm supposed to go. So she was like, "Yo, you real confident?" I was like, "Yeah, I am confident because I know what's inside of me. I know what God put inside of me. So I'm not worried about it." She said, "All right, cool. I'm gonna let you know." She said, "All right, cool. Send me some of the music." I'm like, "All right, cool." I send her the music. She said, "Well, I'm gonna listen to it when I get in the car. If you don't hear from me, I probably didn't like it." I'm like, "All right, cool." She just told me straight. If I don't like it, you probably won't hear from me. If I do like it, I'll hit you tomorrow. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll look for your call tomorrow. So I said, I'll look for your call tomorrow. She says, you really think I'm gonna call you? I'm like, yeah. So what happened was the concert ended. We all enjoyed the concert. Blah blah. We in VIP. We doing the whole nine. We vibing. And 30 minutes after the concert, I get a call on my phone from Destiny. I'm like, what's going on, Des? Everything good? She's like, yo, what? Can I curse on here? She
Yeah,
was
you do
like,
whatever you want, bro.
yeah, she was like, what? She was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, that's my music. She's like, yo, this is fucking amazing. What the fuck? I was like, Destiny, I told you, I understand what God put inside of me. I'm not looking for approval. I'm looking for alignment. She was like, well, do you mind if I play
Right.
this for Rock Nation? Do you mind if I play this for Rock Nation on Monday? I'm like, not a problem. Yeah, please go right ahead. And so she said, I'll hit you back on Monday after 2, 3 or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. She hits me back 2, 3. She's like, yo, bro, they love you. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, they love you, man. Send me more music. Send me more music. I'm like, all right, cool. I'll send you more music. So this was a long process. So it was like 3 or 4 months of her just championing for me. Like she was in the office, like, yo, y'all need to listen to this dude. Y'all need to listen to this dude. Till the NFL came across her desk. The NFL had a thing called the Songs of the Season that they were doing in collaboration with Rock Nation. So it was a first time partnership that Rock Nation and the NFL had. Everybody know that Jay Z has a situation with the NFL. So they
Right.
wanted to have musicians that are under the umbrella to be a part of this thing called Songs of the Season that they was on a collaboration with. I wasn't signed to Rock Nation at the time. So when the NFL presented that they wanted to do 12 songs for this collaboration, she was like, "Yo, Josh, I know I'm not supposed to do this, but I'm gonna sing your music to the NFL and watch them choose it, bro." I was like, I ain't got nothing to lose. Send it." And came back, the NFL wanted 5 of my songs. Now everybody else is signed. They didn't even no shade to anybody, but no, they wanted 5 of my songs without even being signed because they was just like, "Yo, this fits the vibe, this fits the brand." And long story short, we ended up just settling to one because they wanted to make sure that everybody that was a part of it and that were signed be a part of the actual collaboration. So long story
Right.
short, trying to make it short so it's a long story. But long story short, it, uh, it came across the president's desk that the NFL really liked the music, and then I get a call one day from Destiny saying, she was like, "Yo, bro, are you sitting down?" I was like, "No, I'm just chilling over here at my people's spot." It's like, "You should be sitting down." I'm like, "All right, Des, I got you. Whatever. I'll sit down." Because at this point, me and Destiny had built a great relationship, so it was like, "Yo, everything good? What's popping?" She said, "Bro, the president calls me and says, would you like to sign Josh Moreland?" And he says, "Yeah, I would love to sign it." And then, bro, it was all she wrote from that. It was like another 2 or 3 months before all the paperwork was finalized. But I had to make sure I had the proper lawyers to make sure everything was in line. And then we just went straight to work, man. Like the NFL ended up picking up the song, and it was on the songs of the season. It was basically like a historic moment because it had never been done before, where an unsigned artist was in that position to have that situation. And God bless, man. I'm forever thankful, man. And we constantly getting placements on TV and film and sports and like it's been a blessing, man. So I'm just constantly just working and in rooms that like I tell people, when you get signed, you're just in bigger rooms with bigger executives and people who are really about their business and who really are on point. Nothing changes. The work still continues. Actually, the work even gets more because you have everything that's going on in your world, and then you're adding on this super executive side because you become partners now with these huge executives, and they're looking for you to do your thing, and then you look for them to do their thing. So you gotta stay in the conversation. Put it that way.
Yeah. So what the first thing you did after being signed?
Man, shoot, they flew me out to a week later. They flew me out to Atlanta. I was directly into camp mode, bro. They took me directly. I went to Atlanta, and then they flew me out to. We went out to New York. I had a show already planned in New York, so it was kind of perfect. I ended up performing for the United Nations, which is like, bro, I can't even tell you that was a huge blessing. But I sing in Chinese, so I was doing this huge show for the Chinese in America, collaboration type situation at the United Nations. It just aligned with the timing of getting to go to the Rock Nation office in New York. So everything just aligned, and I got a chance to meet mostly everybody. I didn't get a chance to meet Jay yet because he was upstairs in a meeting. But I got a chance to meet most of the team there, which was really cool. But yeah, that's the first thing I did. We went straight to work. I was in the camp for like 2 weeks, writing songs for myself as well as for other artists as well. Um, and then I went to then they took me out to Tennessee and I did some sessions out there. Just like connecting with other producers and things that's already like all the in-house producers that at Rock. Like we have a whole network, so we kind of work within the system. So you'll see a lot of times it's not a lot of outside work, but it is a lot of inside work because you get people like Jay Pounds who's worked on Jay-Z's album for many years, along with with some of the biggest and greatest that you hear out here. But yeah, it's a blessing. Keep doing it. Yeah.
Respect, respect. How do you stay grounded and inspired when the noise or in the industry gets loud?
Man, God, bro, straight up. Just I have a relationship with him. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm not necessarily moved by what's going on the outside because at the end of the day you got to know who you are when you walk into the office. Like you can't let them tell you. You can't let them, oh no, this is who you are. No, no. You got to know who you are. And I learned that from a really good friend. Y'all know Jacob Lattimore?
Of
Jacob,
course.
Jacob told me, he was like, yo, bro, like when you get, this is years before even being signed. He was like, yo, because we used to live in the same neighborhood out here in LA, and he was just like, yo, bro, like you got to know who you are. So I purposely made sure that I listened to certain people who had already been there, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to make sure I walk in knowing who I am, not guessing, not asking for permission. We don't need anybody's approval because God made you literally specific, you specifically for your purpose. So whatever you walking in, you got to walk in that wholeheartedly and not second guess yourself. And that sometimes that takes time because you are influenced by different things and different things. A lot of noise is around, but you have to know who you are. Like that's how my battle cry music even came about because I I I took the influences that I did have around me and said, oh, how do I make this my own? How do I uh happy, but I'm being my own unique self. Like they say, artists steal, good artists steal, or it's a book all about it. There's like they say, there's nothing new under the sun. It's true. Everybody's done a version of something, but it's how you make it your own. So
Yeah.
that's my thing. Like you can compare my music to the like a mix between Imagine Dragons and Kanye and a little bit of John Legend when I do my ballad type song. But I'm saying I put my own twist to it. Because like I tell people, I started in football, bro. Like my music is almost like chant music in a way when it comes to like all the big grandeur of it. So it's like I'm used to that world. I'm used to being in a team atmosphere. So when I decided to do this form of music, it was like, yo, I'm just gonna hype myself up. You know what I'm saying? If I'm hyped up and I feel good about it, here you go.
Speaking of
Respect.
song, your song "Welcome to the New Year" is so motivating, man. Like, what was the
Thank you.
writing process behind that song?
Man, I wrote that song on a old broken non-tuned piano in my apartment with my ex-girlfriend. Bro, like it was amazing because I was just playing it in the key of C. I didn't really know what I was doing on piano. I just knew that I wanted to. I was like, you know what? I want to write a song that can last past my life. And I seen that we didn't have a New Year song. Like we have all these Christmas songs, but we didn't have a song that said "Welcome to the New Year." That said, Happy New Year." Like I wanted to solve a problem, so I went into writing this song, and I was like, "Welcome to the New Year." You know what I'm saying, I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna write something that literally everybody can sing around the world because even if it's your birthday, that's your new year for you. Even if it's a new year when it comes to the world, right? Because most people don't know this, but there's 26 other New Year celebrations around the world that's not even uh, celebrate at the same time as the U.S. celebrate. Like you got African New Year, you got Chinese New Year. Like I always sing. I always do a concert for the Chinese because I sing. Like I say, I sing in Chinese. I sing in Mandarin. So I'm either in China singing it or I'm here at a Chinese festival singing it. But there's 26 other New Years besides America's New Year. And most people don't understand that or realize, I don't want to say understand that, I want to say realize that there's even that many different cultures that celebrate New Year that are on a whole different date. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this song also into 10 other languages, the top 10 languages around the world. So I'm already working on that right now, presently, um, of where uh, of where this song is presented in multiple languages, just like they do books. I'm gonna turn this song that I know people can sing together, and it brings people together every single year. And another thing is, I do a music video for it every single year too. Like started last year. I did the second one. Now I'm doing a third one this year. So I'm doing them in different places around the world. And yeah, so that's the plan for that.
Hey, that's dope.
Okay, respect. Hey man, this is gonna be my last question. Give me your
Hmm.
top five singers of all time.
Oh, boy, we got to go with MJ first. Bro. I ain't gonna even lie. I need Michael
Mm.
Jackson at the top. Whitney Houston. I mean, it's hard when it comes to their voices, bro. Because I ain't gonna lie, they voices is great. Okay, we got Michael Jackson, we got Whitney Houston. I would say Stevie, but that's what everybody else gonna say. I'm not gonna say Stevie. I appreciate and I love Stevie for who he is. But I'm gonna go with people that I truly like know that if I was in a room that I would probably lose my mind. Like I love Adele, right? I love
Mm-hmm.
I love I even love um like I've always loved Brian McKnight. Well, and then I ain't gonna lie, I love Kanye. That's when it comes to on the rap side. I know my boy can't really sing like that, but yeah, so I love that's my five. I mean, I'm not gonna even I'm just
He's
gonna
a
just keep it
genius,
what it
man.
is. He's a
He's just a
genius,
genius.
man. I mean, I know things are going on in the world, but yo, hey, my boy, Ye, I pray blessings on him, and yeah, and hope everything just surfaces uh beautifully in his spirit, and he has his communication with God on.
I know you've been to a few of them, but how was that first Grammy experience?
Oh man, it's nothing like it, man, because it's a bunch of musicians that really care about their craft who come together to celebrate music, man. I went with some good friends that were being nominated a few years back, just to be in the room with them, just to know that they were nominated and see them actually win was really amazing. And I'm just forever grateful, man. My first Grammy experience was in Vegas, actually, so that was pretty cool. But yeah, man, I'm forever grateful. I'm a part of the Recording Academy now. I'm a voting member, so I can vote songs in. And it really is a really cool process. We get a chance to hear music that the world is just like not even privy to it, right? We get things before they come out. We get like just like 2 weeks ago they had Elton John on a FaceTime, like like literally talking to us, like Elton John, bro, like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So being in LA, man, I saw you was hanging out with Snoop Dogg.
oh Snoop, yeah, 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 man, that's Snoop. That's punk right there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. He's a beautiful soul, man. Still building, that up. But yeah, he's a beautiful soul, and he's just somebody to admire and know that no matter how long you've been in the game, you keep reinventing yourself. I think it's a blessing, so, to be able to be in the same room with somebody.
I know you say you speak in Chinese. How was that tour over there in South Korea?
Oh, South Korea, wow. Now I was there for 7 months. What happened was I was performing here in LA and I got discovered online. That's why I say people that the power of online, what you guys are doing with this platform is amazing because you never know who's watching. I was literally performing in front of like 10 people and at a bar, place called the Mint out here in LA. And my girlfriend at the time, she literally just reported me on Instagram Live and said, "Yo, babe, you have there's a DM that came in that said that they're interested in booking you for second." I said, "All right, cool. I'll check it later once we get home." And I checked it. Turns out my homeboy Patrick was already there doing a show. He had the promoter watch me perform live while he was in South Korea, which is like I think a 12 to 16 hour difference. He saw the performance, and then 2 months later, I was booked to go to South Korea, and I was there for 4 months the first time. Took a 2 month break, came back, and then went back to yeah, I went 4 months, to South Korea, which is on Jeju Island, by the way. And then and then 2 months later, I went back for another 3 months because they really liked what I had brought my band and everything. Another thing, they only wanted black people. That's crazy. They didn't want anybody else on the bill. Like they only wanted, yeah. So we treat it like royalty over there. I'm gonna tell you right now, we treat it like pure royalty. Like I mean, they gave us a chef every single day. We had a beautiful resort. We had access to the spa 24 hours a day. That joint was incredible. I even flew my ex-girlfriend over. She stayed for 2 months out of the 7 months. That joint was crazy. So like, I got a chance to show her a level of luxury that I had never shown anybody.
That's dope.
So that was crazy.
Can you share a personal experience when music helped you heal?
Man, all the time, bro. Honestly, I just wrote this song called "You Deserve Love Too" because I was going through a situation of where it just didn't work out, and and it was because of just certain things that we didn't see eye to eye on, and I didn't want the person to feel like she didn't, um, deserve love too because it didn't work out with us. So I wrote a song from that space. So in the song I said, "You deserve love, I deserve love, we deserve love." So I didn't want to place blame. I didn't want to I didn't want to point finger. The intent of the song is to give grace to everybody in this walk of life that we live in. Um, if God can have grace upon us, why can't we have grace upon each other? That's uh that's my intent behind the song. Basically, actually, because of that song, I'm getting flown out to OKC on the 24th to perform in front of like 50 to 100 other Grammy members just because of that song, and I haven't even recorded it. So that's happening on the 26th of this month. Um, I'll be out in OKC, and yeah, just never know. You just honestly never know. Cause what happened was I played the song on the phone to the person who booked me, and he was like, I have to have you perform this song live out here. Okay, so can I fly you? Can I pay for you? Can I do all the whatever I need to do to get you here? No problem.
That's what's up. But if people want to listen to your music, man, and follow you on your, how could they?
Yes. My Instagram, you got my Spotify, everything is on the Josh Moreland. I also go by Moreland, but you will find everything on the Josh Moreland, my birth name. Um, and yeah, just all for love. Not only human king. I'm coming out with a visual album that you got to be seeing in the later part of the year. I'm working on literally like a 45-minute presentation of where it's like 12 of my songs, crazy visuals. I'm working with some AI stuff as well, so I'm excited for y'all to see all that craziness that's happening. It's gonna be incredible. I'm super excited.
That's what's up. Well, Josh, what advice would you give a younger version of yourself? What would you tell them?
Don't wait for permission. Just go for it. Like literally, don't wait for permission because at points in my life I did wait for permission, and I don't do that no more. I just go for it. Period.
Well, Josh, man, we appreciate you for coming to Chill and Vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing, man.
We chilling and vibing. You already know. Yeah.
Appreciate
Appreciate
you,
y'all.
boss.